Bill Henshaw here again, Constitutional Kook Headquarters. And this is an extension of the video that I've recently done on chimeras, chimera embryos that are part human and part monkey. I mean, just think how well this could work out, for the Mickey D's types and places like that. And a lot of different places, by the way, if they can in effect with these chimeras when they become, big enough and old enough to get out in the quote unquote workforce. They just program their brains to do everything that they're supposed to do at their job. And hell, they can work them 10, 12, 14 hours a day without any pay. It doesn't matter. They're there 24/7. They can just wake them up the next morning or whatever, go back to work. And as bad as it is for Mickey D's, with technology being what it is these days, can they, just download into their brains, for example, if they want to send it to other countries, can they download Russian, German, Chinese so they can function in those languages? Wow, we don't know, but they could, and it won't be limited to Mickey D's. If they can have that kind of technology and can do that, a lot of you out there in teaching positions, particularly in the mandatory public education system and even colleges, are you listening out there? Starboard, Yale, UC, Berkeley. I mean, college professors could be programmed and automated. And who knows, it could even uh, come to pass in hospitals, most particularly ERs, you know, uh, especially that service the poor people that can't afford to go to the regular hospital. But even the ones that can afford it might find themselves serviced in whole or in part by drones like this that are just simply programmed to react, whether or not they understand what they're doing or not. And a really big deal for me, and I would love to see happen, is if you can do it, with doctors and scientists, why not use state bar association attorneys out there? You don't do much in the way of thinking anyway. Why can't you just program robots to do the job and be done with it? And the good news about that, by the way, is that robots won't fall asleep, especially during the course of a capital trial in which the death penalty was imposed. And the Circuit Court of Appeals in Texas, the Fifth Circuit, had no problem with that. They said, "Hey, no big deal." They sustained the death sentence. Case is Burdine v. Johnson. Send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I'll send you a copy of that decision. You read that, and you tell me what the right quote unquote to effective assistance of counsel is. Sleeping through a capital case. And they're going to have exactly this conversation with Bill Gates and all the eugenicists in the back room and say, well, if that's the case, at least, our comparatively equal embryos and chimeras won't fall asleep. We can program them not to do that. So being awake is better than having a state bar association attorney that falls asleep, don't you think? Oh, Lord. Who knew when I was growing up in the 50s that we would face stuff like this? Wow. It's just amazing to think about. Hopefully, from my perspective, I'm probably not going to be around long enough to see it. But for what it may be worth, I think I've got a good 8 or 10 years based on family genes and history, and I might go longer than that with a little luck. I've been amazingly healthy up until last year. First time I had any medical history at all at the age of 71. And here I am almost 73. Life is still ahead of me. That's how good this work is and how important it is. Would have been nice to know this back in 10th grade U.S. history. Telling me my life would have been substantially different. And yours probably would have too if we had learned the truth when you were in school. But I'm getting off on a tangent. So that said, any of you that have special expertise in this area, please feel free to contact me, with your comments and advice and what have you. I'd love to hear it and see where you think we're headed. So that said, for more information, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. Subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. We could beat these bastards if we work together and cut out this divide and conquer crap. And in fact, do the same thing to them as you'll learn when we get a chance to go on the offensive. That's exactly what it is I specialize in, about which more later. Thank you.